Hello, everybody. Welcome to JC3 Cards and Collectibles weekly content on our weekly sales. Every Sunday, we spend some time breaking down the sales of the week to help you make some of your decisions for your own store. We are a family-run business here at JC3 Cards and Collectibles. My two boys, my wife, and I, we all work together on this business. And we really enjoy it. It's part of the overall card community. We see our job as finding those cards and helping them get to their forever home, which is you. So hope you like what we have for you today. We are continuing the last segment of a series on our weekly sales. Today, we are going to be talking about our non-sport sales, excluding Star Wars in this video. If you have not seen our Star Wars video for the sales this week, you can see those cards in our last video we recorded. Go ahead and look in our playlist and you will see Star Wars sales for the week ending 2/10. This one is going to be about everything else in our non-sport bucket. Are you ready to go, Stu? All right, we'll be back with you in 1 second. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you again for joining us here at JC3 Cards and Collectibles. We're going to break down our non-sport, non-Star Wars segment this week. Why non-Star Wars? Well, because as you can see in the chart in front of you, the Star Wars sales were by far the biggest chunk of our non-sport sales this week. So we broke them off in their own piece of content this week. This specific video is going to cover everything else in our non-sport segment for the past week. We do this, we share all the data about our listings, what we sold them for, and whose cards sold. And we do that so that hopefully it's of help to you if you are also a low-end card seller, or if you're just browsing those card shows and wondering what you should expect out there. We try to share our information here at JC3 because we are community-based. There is a huge community around trading cards, both sports and non-sports, and we want to contribute to that community so that others can have the same joy and experience that we have had here at JC3 Cards and Collectibles as well. So with that, let's dive into our sales for this week. Here you can see the breakdown of all our non-sports sales. We talked about Star Wars a little bit, but you can also see where the rest of our non-sports sales came from. Nice chunk of pro wrestling cards, whether it's WWE or AEW. Those are a passionate channel in our household. My boys are heavy into wrestling now. I still enjoy professional wrestling, and I was pretty dedicated to it for many years. We like to go to some live events. So it's a big portion of our listings here at JC3 Cards and Collectibles. Obviously, we want to stay close to some of our passions as well as we do this business, and it's easier for us to make some good decisions on some things when we're more closely connected with the channel or category that listing is going into. And wrestling is certainly one of those. We also had a nice portion of Marvel sales this week. History is a passionate subject for me. We've got a sale from the Washington Chronicle set today. And then we've got an entertainment category sale that is from a classic movie that I think all of you will recognize. So with that, let's jump into the detail of each of those sales. So here we have a table of all of our non-sport sales, excluding Star Wars at the top. And then you can see images of those cards on the bottom so you can get a feel for exactly what we were moving here. So nice group of cards. We've got 6-7 cards here. Nice spread and diversification of where those came from. Let's start at the top of the list. 1988 Fright Flicks. From Topps, we sold a Poltergeist card. You can see that one here in the top row on the left here. I've gone all to pieces over you, honey. A creepy looking card, if you ask me. I had, oh gosh, maybe a handful of these Frightflix cards I picked up at a show once. I didn't know much about them. I did get a recommendation from another seller that they tend to sell pretty good. This is the last one I have. I'm going to have to go out there and try and source some more. So that is absolutely true. Frightflix is an opportunity. They're not big money makers, but there are people that look for them out there, whether they're set builders. Sorry, I'm stumbling over my words a little bit here. Maybe I need Stu to take over. um, but set builders, obviously you're trying to get everything in that set. Movie nuts that really are fanatical about some of these movies, they're going to buy some of these cards as well. I like to do the movie sets. I recently listed some from Toy Story that really brought a smile to my face when I put those out there. Poltergeist is an iconic horror movie. I think most of us have probably seen that movie. One of the scenes that I don't really remember in that movie, but certainly someone does, and someone wanted to bring that card home. So sold that card for $1.80 this week. Up next is 2022 Historic Autographs from the Washington Chronicles. This is Betty Washington Lewis over here in the right-hand column, top card. So this one, I really like this sale for two reasons. One, I bought this box of the Washington Chronicles because I personally thought it was cool. I didn't know if they would sell or not. Turns out I've sold quite a few of them already, and I have a lot more to list. I really enjoy going through the cards before I list them because I'm a history nut. The other thing that I really like about this card is, who is Betty Washington Lewis? That's not Martha Washington. That's not George Washington's wife, who I think is a household name. Betty Washington Lewis, I don't think a lot of people know. So to see that card go, I was like, heck yeah, that's somebody who really loves history. Betty Washington Lewis is George Washington's sister. So I sold a card this week of George Washington's sister, and I did not think about that when I woke up this week. I did not say this is the week I'm going to sell a card of George Washington's sister, but dang it, don't you know it? That's exactly what happened. Exciting times. That is how much of a history nerd I am. All right, up next, here are some cards that I think we are probably more familiar with from the Marvel universe. I consistently see cards from this moving. There's a lot of different sets out there. Fantastic artwork out there on some of these sets. I am really a fan when I get these in my hand and take a look at them. These two are from 1994, but two different sets. So first we have a 1994 Fleer Ultra X-Men Team Triptych, Blue Team, Beast and Jubilee, and Cyclops. So this is a combo card here with all three. You can see Cyclops is sending his Ray Bolt out. We got Beast jumping into the fray. And then we've got Jubilee, who is a character I don't know a lot about. But these are some nice foil cards. They've got a little bit of decorative foil down here on the header. I sold that card for $6. These typically are pretty good sellers. I've still got quite a few more of different card numbers from this set that I want to get out there and moved. But I like the X-Men. It was fun for me while I had that card. And then next is a 94 Marvel Masterpieces Silver Holofoil #1. Of course it's #1. It's Captain America. That one sold for $3.12. You can see this here. It's got kind of like these mini tiny diamond flecks all over in it. It's really reflective. It's really shiny. Great eye appeal. You've got Captain America in an action pose, fully illustrated. Really cool card. Happy to see this go to a forever home, hopefully, of someone who really appreciates it, because it's a really cool card, one that I enjoyed. Again, part of this card selling journey is I really enjoy having the card for a while, looking it over. Sometimes I'll cherry pick a card for myself. I'm not going to lie. Sometimes I'll grab a card and put it in my personal collection. because I like it that much once I get it home. But more often than not, I pick these up at card shows, and I am looking for a forever home for them. And I put them out there in our store, JC3 Cards and Collectibles, and I'm happy to see those go to someone who will appreciate them. And then next, we've got some pro wrestling cards. We've got 3 wrestling cards this week. Sometimes I sell more, sometimes I sell less. Wrestling cards are something that are not as consistent. They're definitely a staple in our store, something that I'm going to continue making sure we have offerings out there on. But the sales ebb and flow. And I think as we get closer to WrestleMania, which comes up in April, we are going to see kind of a climbing status on our wrestling cards. And then it might drop off for a while again. But from week to week, they do ebb and flow a little bit. So this week, we're going to start with 2022 Panini Chronicles WWE #1, Alexa Bliss, bottom row, right in the middle. Alexa Bliss continues to be an incredibly strong seller. She has not been on screen in some time now, yet she continues to sell. Every time I put cards out there, she sells some of them. And that is the case with a lot of the female wrestlers these days. We had the women's revolution a couple of years ago where women wrestlers really made a stand and said, we can do everything the men are doing. And it went from that kind of TNA era where it was more about attracting male viewers because of what these women wrestlers were wearing. And they still wear some pretty amazing costumes, but it became more about the wrestling. They were going off the top ropes. They were doing the acrobatic moves. They were doing the physical stuff. And it only escalated from there. It really took women's wrestling to a new level. They headline their own shows now at times. Like, it is amazing how women in that sport, that sports entertainment, that's right, I got to combine them together, have really gone to the next level in wrestling. So it's not surprising to me that I see more women wrestlers sell than men a lot of times now. That's the case this week. The next card we've got is a 2001 Fleer WWF #1, The Rock. The Rock is consistently an iconic seller. He's back on WWE. He came out, sounds like he's going to challenge Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. It'll probably be a one and done type of thing, but he is so box office. Like, his movies sell. He's got his tequila, which I'm a fan of, Terramana, I believe it's called. I drink that in the summer months. I like to have a nice cocktail with that. The Rock is just iconic. I think he's always going to be a good seller. He's going to be a Hall of Famer in the WWE. But here we go again with my earlier comment. That next card, 2022 Panini Chronicles Donruss WWE 118 Cora Jade, rated rookie from NXT 2.0. So you'll see that here in the bottom right. We have 2 female wrestlers selling this week and 1 male wrestler. They have really become equal partners, if not dominant, in this industry. So it's fun to see. Looking at the sales on these, we got $3 for Alexa Bliss. We got $1.99 for this Rocky Maivia The Rock card. That's from Superstars. And then we got $3.99 for this Cora Jade card. And that's because that's a rookie. Rookies are still highly coveted. Doesn't matter what channel, what category of sales you're talking about. Those rookie cards are always going to be something people are seeking out. So that is our collection of non-sport, non-Star Wars cards we sold this week. It's becoming a trend for us that we're always engaged in Marvel. We're always engaged in wrestling. And we're always engaged in history and Star Wars when we talk about non-sport. We've got some other fun offerings that we talk about from time to time. I mean, I've got a few more things out here. Like, this is a set from Marvel, Falcon and the Winter Snowman. I've got lots of listings there. We've got some other things out here. Let's see, looking for the rest of my non-sport. I think we've got it all up here. We've got some Superman cards. We've got some Garbage Pail Kids. How about a Bismarcky? We've got some music cards out there. We have a lot of fun in that non-sports segment. So it's fun to go through these every step of the way. It's fun to source them. It's fun to list them. And then it's fun for us to go through these sales every week. So hope you enjoyed it. Me and Stu, always looking over my shoulder. I can't get away from this guy ever. Like, he's so demanding of me. That's right. That's right. See, there he is again. Always yelling at me. Hope you enjoyed this. Hit that like button if you had fun. Hit that subscribe button if it's your first time here and you like the content we're providing. Every week on Sundays, we go through the sales that were the week before. As I close up this one, it is a Super Bowl Sunday. Looks like in about 2 hours, the Super Bowl is going to kick off. My pick in the Super Bowl tonight. I'm going to record this so nobody can say, oh, yeah, that's, you just flip-flop to whoever won. I'm going Chiefs tonight, baby. Chief Nation, let's do it. So, again, thank you for being here. We'll see you again next week. Until then, this is me and Stu saying,